Right now on KGW, security footage shows the moments crooks used a stolen car to crash through the front of a vape shop in Milwaukee. Plus,
that victim was taken to the hospital with a life-threatening gunshot wound.
A shooting in Wood Village last night sends one person to the hospital. The latest on their condition and what led up to the shooting. Then,
it was just a matter of time before something really bad happened.
law enforcement in Washington believe that they were able to prevent a potential mass shooting by a 13-year-old, where they think he was going to target, and the dozens of weapons they found. And later,
70% of all winemakers in America use natural cork. Why shouldn't it be on the list?
President Trump appears ready to reduce tariffs on some items, and local lawmakers looking for some financial relief hope an unlikely item is one of them. Why cork has become the center of a tariff debate. Ahead on the news at noon. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm China Green. We begin with a live look from our new sky cam at the Vancouver waterfront. Showers and thunderstorms are popping up across the state today, mostly east of the Cascades and south of Salem. Here in Portland, we could see a few scattered showers, but expect plenty of dry breaks too. That's according to Rod Hill, standing by to break it out. Did I just do your job for you?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm very thankful that you've listened to my forecast because you got everything exactly correct.
But
I haven't
people
changed.
like me, I need pictures. I need a picture book.
Yeah, well, that's helpful, let me tell you. So here's what's going on. We thought this morning would be pretty quiet. Of course, now we're into the afternoon, and so far it's been a pretty quiet day. This is the rain zone around this low. This extends with likely showers up to around Eugene. Now, what we're waiting on, see a little shower nudge there north of Lakeview, is for scattered showers and storms to ignite this afternoon, run south to north up the Cascades, some areas out east, and we'll see if any of that expected rain builds north or spills back to the west into the valley. I tell you where it's been really nice, and this was not expected, but it's really been a sunny day so far at the coast after early morning cloud cover. Here's Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City, 64 degrees. Now you come inland, there are the clouds over the state capitol. Here are the clouds, although there are some breaks out there over downtown Portland. Temperature is 70 with light winds, so it's a comfortable day. So we'll keep the shower threat actually building this afternoon, maybe a rumble of thunder, but understand the best chance for us to get wet would come later today if storms develop when we see the towering cumulus over the Cascades and some of that spills back into the valley. That may or may not happen, so it's going to be kind of a wait and see game. High temperatures up to about 75 degrees. If we stay completely dry, maybe a little bit warmer, and China will have the 7-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Rod. Detectives are investigating a shooting in Wood Village that sent one man to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Multnomah County deputies say it all started when a man tried to rob the Byway Market in Wood Village just after 10 o'clock last night. That's when the robber ended up shooting a 25-year-old worker in the chest. That worker was taken to the hospital and was in surgery overnight. We don't know his condition right now, but we do know one man is in custody and deputies searched the area overnight for more suspects.
Detectives will canvass the area, see if we can find any witnesses that may have seen or heard anything that can help in their investigation.
During the investigation, Northeast Halsey was closed for near 238th for several hours, but has since reopened. The first arrest has been made in the murder of 13-year-old Liam Spanley Bailey, who was shot and killed by a stray bullet while asleep in his bed in Gresham this past April. Police say 21-year-old Anthony Hunter Jr. was taken into custody early Monday morning in Northeast Portland. The two suspects still on the loose are 20-year-old Xavier Hirsch and 17-year-old Terrell Coy. U.S. Marshal Service is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to each of the other two suspects. A couple has pleaded guilty to criminal mistreatment as part of a plea in Clackamas County after their 2-day-old son died after they failed to seek medical care for the newborn, citing religious beliefs. Back in June of 2023, the newborn, named Hayden, became seriously ill, but the couple didn't get him medical treatment. The two are members of Followers of Christ Church, which is a small Christian denomination that believes in faith healing over modern medicine. In court yesterday, they read a statement saying that they've learned from the loss.
We should have reached out for medical care when Hayden went into distress. We do understand that medical intervention can be necessary to preserve and enhance life.
The plea deal requires that the couple get medical care as needed for their 4 remaining children. They're also serving 30 days in jail and be on supervised probation for 3 years. Newly released security video shows the confrontation that led to a stabbing outside the Central Library in downtown Portland last month. The suspects in the video are set to be arraigned this morning and this afternoon, when we should get an update on that pretty soon here. Alma McCarty walks us through the footage.
This latest chapter regarding this case began Monday morning with a back and forth between the Multnomah County Chair and the DA. She called for his office to release the footage, and he responded publicly as well, pointing out that she has the ability to share the video with the public. And Monday evening, she did. Monday evening, Multnomah County Chair Jessica Vega Peterson released 2 video clips from August 25th, each showing a different angle outside the Central Library before an alleged stabbing landed 3 young adults behind bars.
This was an attack by 3 individuals on a complete stranger in the middle of the day in broad daylight in public.
Prosecutors and police reports from 2 weeks prior claimed the 44-year-old victim noticed a disturbance after leaving the library and tried to intervene, yelling across the street in an attempt to stop it. Officers say one suspect stabbed the victim multiple times and 2 others attacked him with skateboards. They were arrested near Holiday Park soon after. But Chair Vega Peterson and Commissioner Shannon Singleton have called out police and the district attorney, claiming the surveillance video doesn't match the narrative. What was released Monday night does appear to complicate that narrative from Portland police. However, it doesn't capture the entirety of the incident, and there's no audio, leaving many questions unanswered. It shows 4 young people hanging out in front of the library for about 10 minutes with no indication of a fight or nuisance to those walking by. 11 minutes in, something across the street catches their attention, and it appears they begin to shout in response to someone. A man in a light-colored hat moves across the street and confronts one young man. Guards walk over and look as though they're trying to de-escalate. The victim walks back across the street, and a short time later, the video shows the group also crossing the street. A streetcar then blocks the view, and when it leaves, the scene becomes visible. The victim with the skateboard followed by a group with at least one of the suspects. The confrontation continues, although the guards head back towards the library. About 2 minutes later, the victim, it appears, crosses the street, then sits down to make a call. Portland police then arrive on scene. In a statement, the Multnomah County DA wrote, in part, "It is not the role of the district attorney's office to try criminal cases via press releases, headlines, or social media commentary. It is our responsibility to present evidence in a court of law where justice can be administered fairly and in a manner that protects the rights of the victim and the accused." He said the grand jury returned an indictment for the defendants after seeing all video footage. Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Right here is security video that we have showing the moments thieves crashed a stolen Kia right through the front doors of this House of Pipes vape shop in Milwaukee on Sunday. And as it turns out, this is the 4th time that a car has crashed through the front of one of their shops. Just last October, thieves hit 2 separate locations in one night, one in Happy Valley, the other in Gresham. Richard Burke, the executive director of the 21 Plus Tobacco and Vapor Retail Association of Oregon, says he doesn't think law enforcement is doing enough to prevent this.
It's a situation where people are seeing weakness in law enforcement and they're taking advantage of it. We need that protection from our city governments. And if they don't do their job, somebody might, and that might be President Trump.
House of Pipes says that they'd be grateful if anyone with information on any of these arrests, on any of these cases, would report what they know.
It was just a matter of time before something really bad happened.
A 13-year-old boy is being held in secure detention after he was found with a stash of guns in his Tacoma, Washington home. Pierce County deputies say many of them don't have serial numbers. Investigators believe that he was planning to attack a school. Now, multiple tips led police to the boy's social media post, which included photos of him posing with guns with threatening captions. Those posts have since been taken down.
He was pretty much imitating and doing exactly what he had studied and learned from these other mass shooter incidences, and the way the clothing and the evidence from his room and the way it was packed and ready to go indicated it was just a matter of time
The teen now faces multiple charges. At this point, the parents have not been charged. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says that could change as the investigation continues. A new KGW investigation reveals hundreds of thefts each year at storage units across Portland, with victims reporting millions of dollars in losses. Storage facilities can be easy targets for thieves because they're often quiet, with infrequent visitors and a lack of sufficient security. The two men in this video wiped out a single mother's entire unit in less than 20 minutes after drilling through a lock and loading everything into that flatbed truck. Police arrested one of those thieves, but the numbers show that arrests are rare. And here's more from two other local victims.
There have been 4 break-ins to things in 1 year, and we have been 2 of them on 2 separate units on separate floors. What's the odds of that?
Tonight on KGW News at 6, investigative reporter Evan Watson breaks down just how rampant storage unit thefts have become, including one local facility that has been hit 114 times in less than 3 years.